Hi, I'm assuming if you're on this channel, you know that my name is Samantha. If you don't, hi, I'm Samantha Skillsity. I've always wanted to start a vlog, but I didn't ever really know what I would do as a vlog. I'm not really one for the types of vlogs that are like my everyday life, because half of my everyday life is sitting in an office and I'm not able to film it. So, and the other half is me in school, so I'm definitely not able to film it. I finally realized what I want to start a vlog about, so here we go. I want to start a vlog about finding myself. I am 27. I have horrible anxiety and horrible depression and PTSD, and I fall into patterns a lot. And I think that it's important, if no one ever watches this, for me to have something that I can look back on and watch every thought and moment, relive it. So this is a vlog about me learning to find myself. This is not necessarily a dating vlog, but because a lot of my problems have stemmed from dating, I will tell you a little bit about my past because I think it's relevant and necessary. So here we go. I was adopted when I was 7 years old, and that's fairly old for adopted children. A lot of adopted children get adopted when they are babies. So they grow up in the same family. They don't really ever know anyone, and if a parent chooses not to tell them, they really never know. But I knew. I was aware of the whole thing. I have met my mother and my siblings and my grandmother and cousins and a bunch of other people. It's a very rare story, but that's a whole nother story. So with being a little bit older and remembering, there's a lot of stuff that I know that was really hard that I've had to work through. And that kind of started off the whole ugly cycle that I'm about to tell you about. I told you all of the things that I have, and that pretty much all stems from being adopted and my birth family and everything that happened with that. And it didn't really help when I had a boyfriend before the one I had in high school, but I kind of barely remember that. The first major boyfriend I would say that I had was super amazing and did absolutely everything for me. And I really didn't pay attention to him. I was super young and we grew up in church together. Oh, hi little. And it wasn't that serious to me, so I didn't take it that seriously. I'm sorry if you're watching. But the boyfriend that I had after him in high school, until I was about 22, 23, 24, I don't really remember. That is part of all of my problems. He was extremely abusive, never physically, just emotionally and mentally. He cheated on me repeatedly. That started me off with really bad self-esteem. If I didn't already have it from my mother not wanting me, I sure as hell had it after whatever we had. And then after the many times that he cheated on me, I decided what better way to make him not than to get him to propose to me. So then he became my fiance, and luckily I was smart enough not to go through with that. But then came along my ex-boyfriend. I don't want to use any names. My Instagram is pretty personal, so I know a lot of people know about these stories. And so they already know. I don't want to name names. So my ex-boyfriend was the best man I had ever met. After my ex-fiance, this man showed me that no matter what I did, or who I was, or the mistakes I made, or how sad or how happy, I could do nothing wrong in his eyes. At least that's how he made me feel when we were together. And I would say I definitely took that for granted. For sure. After going through what I went through as a kid, and then going through a very, very long, tedious, and horribly just horribly, I hate the word abusive, but I don't know what else to say. I think it really was quite abusive. This man just came in and absolutely swept me off my feet, and I had no idea what to do. I can remember calling my best friend, sobbing, and I told her that I think that I'm in love with him. And she just laughed and said, duh. Everybody knows that, Sam. Everybody but you. And I was sobbing, not because I was happy, I was sobbing because I kept repeating, I don't fall in love. I'm not the one who falls in love. It's stupid, it's wrong. I don't fall in love. Because that is all the damage that happened to me, and that's how I felt. I did not want to be in love with this person. And because of that, I fought and I fought and I fought. And I messed up a lot. I thought I was poly, and I did some really horrible things to this guy who just tried everything. Tried absolutely everything to make me love him. And the crazy thing is, I could never show him, but I did. I loved that man with every bone in my body, every cell, everything. But I could not show him. And I fought with him all the time, and I did and said mean and horrible things. Essentially, I turned into my ex. Not on purpose. I just didn't know how to accept love at all from anyone. And I thought that love was about fighting and staying there, and if someone didn't stay, then they didn't love you, and I really did not know anything about love at all. I'm not saying that I know much about it now even, but I think I have a little bit better idea of how to show it rather than how I did. So anyways, I said this wasn't going to be about relationships. It's not. I wanted to tell you all of that, and that all leads me into what this vlog is going to be about, what I'm hoping that it can be. I want to just come on here and talk about the new experiences and the new things and how they make me feel and all of that. I have a list of things that I want to try to step out of my comfort zone, and I have a list of places that I want to go and people that I want to try to meet, and I want you to come along with me. And if nobody sees this, nobody cares, then cool. It's for me to go back and see, like I said. But ultimately, you had to know where I was coming from in order to know my thought process on things. So this all started because I saw that wonderful ex. I saw him again recently, and it was not a great experience, which really sucked, but it made me think a lot about everything, about what had happened and how much I'd learned since then, but also how much I thought that I had learned and I really didn't. I said I was poly during that relationship, but I don't even know if I really am. I don't know if that's something that I really wanted to be, or I was just so unbelievably scared to give myself 100% to anyone again, because I had already done that and gotten shot down by somebody I thought was supposed to be, you know, the end goal, I guess. Although it's kind of crazy to think that I thought that at that time. I was so young. But yeah, so I realized that I didn't treat that guy the way that he deserved to be treated, and little man, I did a lot of not great things. We're scooting the camera away from him, so if he's licking his foot again, I did a lot of not great things, and I didn't understand why. I've been racking my head on why I did those things when I'm telling you I loved that man with every cell in my body. Every single tiny, unimportant cell in my body, I loved him. But I could never show it, and I made a mess of things, and I wanted to understand why. Why did I do that? Why can I not accept love? And ultimately, the answer is because I never really got to create a me. I started dating that one guy, in the very first guy, the really great guy, when I was like 15 or 16, and right after him I dated somebody, and right after him I dated the almost 10-year my ex-fiance, and then right after him, well, during him I dated somebody, and then for the poly, I've never cheated, and then right after them, I found my most recent ex. So I've just consistently had this pattern of going from one person to the next. And where I think a lot of people do that as an adult, I did it so young that I never really created my own personality. So I got out of these relationships, and I've been single for 3 years, and I have no clue who I am on a daily basis. I have so much anxiety over small things, small choices, because I don't know what I like. I don't know, and I don't know that I ever really knew. And that's why I wanted to start this vlog. I want to figure out who I am, so I'm trying a bunch of different things, and I want to document it because I think it's important and maybe help somebody one day in life, ever. So I guess that's it for this one. I think that was a lot, and if you've even made it this far, thanks. Hopefully the next episode or whatever won't be so long, but thank you for listening to my story, and I hope that you come along with me on this journey. And if you don't, no ill will. I am excited to see who I am and trying to figure out what I like, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I guess the last thing I can say is that in the time that I've thought about doing this vlog, I have already made a lot of really, really big decisions, and it's been, quite frankly, horrible. It's been absolutely terrible. I feel like I've cried for 2 weeks straight, because it is hard. It is so hard figuring out who you are, and you're supposed to do it as a teenager, and it's supposed to grow with you, but I'm almost 30, and I'm just starting this journey, and it's really freaking difficult, but we're here. We're gonna do it, whatever it takes, I guess. This is just wild. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I don't know what else to say. Thanks for watching. I'm excited to go on this journey. Anybody who comes on the journey with me, thank you. Anybody who has any comments, concerns, questions, I guess go ahead and ask them in the comment section. I can't believe I'm doing this. I think that's it. So thank you so much for watching my first video of my vlog, and have a great night.